Looks like we got Christian here. Want to get him in. One championship lightweight champion, Christian Lee. How's everything going, man?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on, champ?
Doing good. Just relaxing after the fight.
Yeah, we just caught up with Renier de Ridder. He's a new champion. You held on to your belt. A lot of people were doubting you. They always doubt you, don't they? What have you got to say to the haters?
Oh man, I really to the haters. I just appreciate their support, whether it's good or bad. I'm just out here doing what I love to do, and I don't pay any attention to negativity.
Are you expecting to get him out of there so quick? I think a lot of people thought, this was going to be a really tough matchup for you, but you made it look easy.
Yeah, actually, I was planning on getting him out of there quick, and many people, they were kind of advising me. They were saying, he's most dangerous in that first 90 seconds, 2 minutes. That's when he's going to be most dangerous. Drag him into deep waters. But for me, the game plan that my dad and I created was to just go in there and to bring the fight to him. So that's exactly what we did. We went in there, we pushed the pace, and I was able to get to finish within I think 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
When you rushed in at the start, did you trip or did you get hit? Because it seemed like you stumbled at some moment.
So what happened is we both went to exchange punches. His landed, mine missed. And after that, I immediately went for the shot. So it was kind of on the level change. So he did land a strike, but it was as I was level changing. And that's why I was able to continue driving through and get the takedown. And then from there, once we landed on the takedown, I drove him down, but I landed like straight on my head. And then I feel like that's why it was able to give him the momentum to land that throw that he did.
He sort of went for a heel hook, was it, or a leg lock? Were you ever worried about that?
No, I'm very confident in my jiu-jitsu, and we trained. We spent a lot of time training on leg lock offense and defense. And so as soon as he went for the straight ankle lock, I believe, and I just stepped right over, turned out of it, and then started working my ground and pound.
That was the biggest mistake of the fight right there, right? That he went for that leg lock, and do you feel like that was the beginning of the end for him?
Absolutely, but I do feel like it started one step earlier. The only reason he went for that leg lock, I feel, was because he was working on escaping from mount. So his transition, escaping from the mount, is what led him to the ankle lock. If he had stayed there in mount, I would have pounded him out anyways.
Yeah, little bit of some people asking, were those hits illegal to the back of the head? What do you say to that? Some people are questioning it. It's tough to always tell from here.
I was sent a clip of the finish, and I have it on my phone. I spent many hours going frame by frame, zooming in on all of the shots, and I wanted to see for myself as well. The ref was standing right over us, and if you couldn't see it as illegal shots, then I'm sure the fans watching from their TV screens or phones couldn't see it as well. So I zoomed in frame by frame, and each time I hit him in the head, you can see a little piece of his ear just rattling. And what that means is that my hand and my glove was making contact with his ear. And then what part of the One Championship rule set, and really the global MMA rule set, is that as long as the fist is touching a part of the ear, it's still considered a legal blow. So, that's all I have to say to that. I kept my shots clean.
Do you think that's just something that, because people were saying, Angela used an illegal suplex to finish Zhong Jingnan in Tokyo. Is that just think people like to, to hate on you guys, or is it just, that comes with being Team Lee? You guys are some of the most famous faces in One Championship.
Absolutely. It's just part of my sister and I's success. Wherever there's success, there's going to be people looking to bring you down. And whenever I hear that, whenever he hears people, saying that Angela's suplex was illegal or my strikes were illegal, I just laugh because, there are trained professionals there in the ring. There's a referee in there. There's referees cage side. There's judges cage side. And everybody there is trained to look for those illegal shots or those illegal movements. And if they are watching it live and they see nothing wrong with it, then I don't see how anyone else has a right to make their judgment on that.
Did you feel his body go limp you know, it seemed like like you had knocked him out, like maybe 2 or 3 shots. It seemed like the ref was late. To be honest with you, it seemed like he wasn't moving. Did you feel his body go limp?
I did feel his body go limp.
Mhm.
Yeah. So once I had him in that 3/4 turtle
Mhm.
position, I started landing some heavy blows, and then from there he had one last attempt, which was to roll out of there.
Mhm.
I was able to secure my position and follow up with a few more clean shots, and then from there, I believe it was like the first or second where he won out. But my job is not to decide when the fight is over. So I just waited until the ref stepped in, and then at that moment, that's when the fight was over.
Man, technically, this fight, man, you showed some new layers, man. I thought that especially on the ground, it was phenomenal to watch, man. And you're still so young. It's like, when are you gonna peak? You know what I mean? Like that's the question, right? It's like, how good can you be?
Well, the great thing for me and the scary thing for everyone else in the division is that I'm really not even close to reaching my full potential yet. I can feel it every single day when I get in the gym. I'm still getting better. I'm still improving my game in every area. And so, although I'm the champ currently, I still feel like I have so far to go in how far my MMA potential can really grow to.
Got some fan questions here, Christian, from some of the people watching. Did you have any dad motivation knowing that you're going to be a new dad? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. I found out a few weeks prior to my fight, but I kind of wanted to keep it quiet. I didn't want to make the announcement because I was just fully focused on my match ahead. But that was just, everything. That was definitely my driving force for this match. Finding out the news that I'm going to be a dad, that I'm going to be having a baby in the new year, just put so much added motivation. And when I was training, all I could think about was that I'm training not just for myself anymore, but training to provide for my wife and my family.
Do you want to take some time off and let the division kind of figure out itself out and kind of spend some time with your wife and help her out? Do you want to do that?
Absolutely. I plan on being there every step of the way through my wife's pregnancy, and definitely being there throughout like my baby's newborn life as well. So I do feel like the lightweight division has a bit of work to do, figuring itself out. I know the number 3 and 4 contenders are going to be fighting very soon. They're playing that fight next weekend. And so we'll see how that match goes with Timofey and Peter Buist. And then from there, I know there's Daggy and Eddie Alvarez working itself out as well. So definitely, I think it's going to take some time before the next clear contender works itself up to the top. And in the meantime, I'll still be training, but also spending time with my family.
We got another question from Ted asking, Christian, would you ever go up to welterweight and go for champ status, or would you like to go back down again to your previous home, featherweight?
Yeah, featherweight is the division I started. But right now, I've got a tough division in the lightweight division. So I'm just fully focused on being the champ and defending my belt, making my mark here. But absolutely, I do plan on moving up to welterweight in the future as well. I'm still growing, and I never put a limit on where my career can go to. I started off in the featherweight. I never would have imagined I would get a lightweight title shot the way I did. But that's just the way life works itself out. So I'm always going to keep my options open and keep myself ready for whatever presents itself.
Yeah, I noticed you were 2 kilograms lighter than Iuri Lapicus at the final weigh-ins going into the fight. Is it still something you're growing into this division? You're putting on that muscle. It still has an ongoing process?
Actually, it took up quite a bit of work to get back down to this weight, to get to 77 kgs. Off season, I get a bit heavy. So, I put in extra work on my diet to make sure that I was well below the limit, because I didn't know what to expect coming here in Singapore. We were quarantined into our rooms. We didn't have access to the gyms, to treadmills to saunas, and so I did extra work ahead of time in Hawaii, bringing my weight down. So I weighed in 2 kilograms under because I was eating every single day. I just put in the extra work in the cardio and my diet, and that's why I was able to be light and just keep myself strong at that weight.
All right, we got more questions. We had someone just ask Ranier if he thinks he can beat John Jones. So, and Israel Adesanya. So I guess they're asking you if you think you can beat Conor or Khabib. Yeah, you've spoken a bit about Khabib before, but I don't think I've ever heard your thoughts on a Conor matchup.
They are in a different organization halfway across the world. As for Conor McGregor, absolutely believe that I could beat him 100%. I don't know whether he's still fighting. I think he has a match coming up with Dustin Poirier, but I believe in my skills, and I know that I could absolutely take him out, and without a doubt. And as for Khabib, I've got so much respect for the guy. He just retired, and so it's not like I'm going to be calling him out. He retired for a great reason, and he's got a great legacy. But if we ever did fight, I 100% believe in my abilities, and I know that I would win as well.
I wanted to ask you before the fight, actually. I didn't get time in the virtual media day. What's it like as someone whose father is their coach? That bond, how important is that? And how heartbreaking is it to see Khabib lose his father and his coach? I'm sure you know how strong that bond is. Just could you talk a little bit about what he must be going through?
Man, my heart really goes out to Khabib and everything that he's gone through. The whole world really could see how close him and his dad were and how he brought him up ever since a young kid. And I can relate to that so much because, my dad's trained me ever since I was a child as well. And so I can't even imagine. I know how close they must be. And I can't even imagine what it was like for Khabib losing his father during this time and then, coming back and doing a full camp without him and then defending his world title. So I've got tremendous respect for him, and really just my heart goes out to him and his family, and I've got so much respect for what he does and what he stands for.
We have one more fan question quickly, and then I'll get John back on. Sorry, this guy's asking all the fighters we've had today about what your favorite meal is. I don't know if you celebrated with anything after you won. What would you normally get?
Well, the meal that my team and I celebrated with, we were finally able to celebrate with each other after our quarantine was over, after the fight. And we ordered like 10 burgers from Shake Shack. We sat down, we ate it together. If you guys haven't tried it, Shake Shack is amazing. You guys got to try that burger joint.
Oh, I got it here in Hong Kong. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Sorry, there are a couple more questions that popped up. John, unless you want to jump in.
No, go with the questions. I'll do it after that.
All right. Yeah, well, obviously you train in Hawaii, Christian. You've got Singaporean roots as well, and Canadian roots. One of our users is from Canada, is asking, how much of a bond do you feel to Canada, if anything, still?
Canada is the place that I was born, and I love the country of Canada. My wife and I, we went there for our honeymoon. I still have family there as well, and so nothing but good memories going back to Canada. And definitely it does feel great every time I go back to visit. I have strong roots there. So right now I do call Hawaii my home. I'm representing Singapore, but Canada has always got a special place.
Yeah, I was going to ask. It's every time I'm writing articles about you and about Angela, I'm trying to think, what country should I put down as they're representing? It's Singapore officially. You flying the flag for?
Yeah, I'm representing Singapore.
Okay.
My home is in Hawaii.
It's Canadian, American. There's so many things going on. And another one I wanted to ask about was Victoria. Do you have any update for us on when your 16-year-old sister might be debuting in ONE? She signed that contract.
Yeah, Victoria, she's working extremely hard, and I'm so proud of her. She's really putting in the work, and she is 100% ready for a fight today. But as far as her debut comes, I think we're going to see sometime in the new year, very soon. She's training hard, and as soon as ONE Championship gets to the call, she'll be ready.
Let's go ahead, John. Sorry.
You know, with the division, you got Eddie Alvarez, Doggy, and Peter Boyce and Nasty Yukin. If you could rank those guys, how would you rank them in the division?
And I respect one championship ranking, and that's what I'm going to go off of. But I do feel that Shinya would be the real number one contender, as he was such a dominant champ. He just lost his belt to me. That was really his only loss since being the champ. And then next, I would say as Daggy, because he took out really all the top contenders in the lightweight division. So those two guys, although I just fought them, they would probably be the number one and number two. They wouldn't be the next in line for the shot, of course, because we just fought. But in terms of the rankings, I do believe they're the top two. And then from there, 3, 4, 5, going down the list, it would really just be based on their last fights. I know Peter Boyce and Timofey have an upcoming match. So, they, in my opinion, are number 3 and number 4. Number 5 would probably be Iuri, although I just took him out, as he's an undefeated contender before he fought me. And then Eddie Alvarez, man, if there was room for him, he'd be up there too, because just because of everything he's done. He's just coming off of a win over Edward Foliang, but he does need a few more wins before he gets that title shot. So I would say those are the top 6 guys right now. But the whole lightweight division is just stacked. I mean, you could really make a top 20 ranking system for the lightweight division. That's how stacked it is. So I'm excited. It just means that there's more names for me to take out, and it allows me to just stay busy.
How many title defenses would you like to have before you're satisfied with moving, to another division?
For me, I don't have a set number of title defenses I want before I move up, but I do plan on clearing out the division. So I'm on my way there. I'm on track. I've already taken out the top 3. And then there's another, I would say 3 to 5 big names that I'm looking forward to taking out in the lightweight division as well. So until that happens, I'm not going anywhere, but definitely big things to come. And, if any big opportunity presents itself, I'll be all for it.
Yeah, Eddie Alvarez, he's a big name and everybody knows who he is. He's fighting Doggy next. You've mentioned Doggy as number 2 in your ideal rankings. Do you feel like that would justify him to be next in line if he does take out Doggy in impressive fashion?
I do feel like if he can finish Daggy, if he can dominate him, then it would warrant him a title shot. Absolutely. But, again, I'm not the guy who makes that call. I'm just the champ looking forward to fighting all the hungry contenders. And so absolutely, I want to make that fight happen. I want to fight all the guys in the division. So if he can take out Doggy, for sure.
You got to beat the legends to become a legend, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to all of those fights, man. I want to see all of them.
Did you keep an eye on Antonio Caruso? He beat Edward Foliang. What did you see in his? Do you see anything in him? He's going to be top 5 soon, do you think?
I think he's working his way up there. I don't know too much about Anthony. I know he had a good decision win over Edward Foliang. I wasn't able to watch that full fight yet. Going to go back and do so, though. I think he's got a good record and he's got a good skill set, so he'll probably be working his way up. But for now, I know he has a loss over Boyce. I think that puts him behind him. So he's definitely on track to making it into the top 5.
What do you think of Edward as well? You think maybe time for him to ride off into the sunset, or what? I don't have a place to tell Edward when his time's up. No one does. But I got nothing but respect for Edward. He's definitely a legend in one championship. He'll be in the Hall of Fame for sure. And he's put on so many great shows, so many great fights, that you can't take anything away from him. He is on a few fight skid, but who knows, if he still has the fire for fighting, we could very well see him making a comeback. Tan Lee told me he's interested. We had him earlier, so he told us that he's interested in fighting you, going up, paying you a visit when all the dust settles on maybe a rematch with Martin. Is that something you'd be interested in, or do you want to clean out your division first?
I plan on cleaning out my division. If Tan wants to come up, he's going to have to do some work in the featherweight division before that's warranted. If he does really want to fight, I'll go down. But as far as him getting a shot at my lightweight belt, he's going to have to do some work in the featherweight division first.
Were you shocked he beat Martin Nguyen? What did you make of that result?
I wasn't really too surprised. I felt like they were pretty evenly matched, both explosive strikers, and I felt like one of them was going to go out. So, it was either Martin going to knock him out that night or him knocking out Martin, and, it just went to his favor that night.
We got another fan question just asking for your prediction on the main event coming up this Friday, Abasov or Nakashima.
That's a tough one. Abasov, he's very well rounded, but Nakashima, he's on a good win streak. He's on a roll. So, I think Nakashima might have a very good chance of claiming the belt. Not positive on this, but I think he's got a good shot.
John, who do you think's gonna win?
I gotta go with the new blood, Nakashima, man. He is on a roll, man. He looks unstoppable. So I think he has the skill set to upset the champ.
For what it's worth, I'm gonna go for Abasov. I think he looked incredible when he won the title from Kazakhstan. We have another question. Christian, how hard have you ever gone sparring with Angela? What's it like when you two throw down in the gym?
Well, for those of you who may not know, I'm the lightweight champ and she's the atomweight champ. So there's but 2 pounds between us. And she's also my sister, my big sister, but also my little sister in many ways. We don't try to take each other's heads off. We have real hard technical sparring. We help each other grow, and we can put a great flow roll on. So we're always helping each other, trying to help each other in any way possible. But the days of hard sparring between us are long gone.
I just got to ask as well. I asked you briefly in the fight week, but what's your thoughts on this Atomweight Grand Prix? Who do you think might emerge as the winner for Angela's next challenger?
I think it's great they're doing Atomweight Grand Prix. There really was no clear contender in that division for the belt. And so this Grand Prix will make a clear contender. And it's really a toss-up. There's going to be a lot of talented atomweights in that tournament. And, I think, Denise will have a good shot at winning that. And we'll see. If she does, then definitely she'll deserve a shot. But until then, really, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, were you surprised when she asked for them to take the belt off your sister Angela when Denise said maybe she should vacate?
Yeah, it's funny, but I'm not surprised that that's what Denise is calling for, because she's a hungry contender. Of course, that's what she wants. Of course, she wants to get the belt. Of course, she wants it to be vacated. But if you look at the raw facts, Angela, she was the first and only atomweight women's champion. She's defended her belt multiple times. She's really cleared out her division, and so there's nothing that warrants her having to give up her belt. And I'm glad that the world sees that and agrees with it. And I'm also glad that they're doing the Grand Prix.
Yeah, and do you think definitely Angela can be back by the end of 2021 to face the winner, or would it maybe go on into 2022? I know she said, I'm definitely coming back.
Angela, she's extremely strong-willed, and whatever she decides to make her mind up to, she will do. And so, if she wants to be back by the end of 2021, I absolutely believe she will be. But, during these times, we don't know what the schedule of events looks like, whether it's end of 2021, early 2022, we'll see, but she'll definitely be ready.
All right, there's another fan question quickly. What did you make of the main event, Ong and Rainier? Were you surprised how easy Rainier made it look? Ong is a real legend of one, but first round submission, it was a great win for Rainier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great win for him. But I really feel like that match could have gone either way. That was really a toss-up. It would have either been Ong knocking him out or Rainier submitting him. And that night Rainier had his night. So props to him.
All right. That wraps it up for the fan questions. John, anything else you want to ask the champ while we got him here?
Nothing to ask, man. Just congratulations, man, on another beautiful performance, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more title defenses in the future, man. And congratulations on the newborn.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, thanks, Christian. Really, I echo John's sentiments there. It was a great win. Can't wait to see you back. You are really one to watch. One of the biggest talents, I think, at your weight in MMA, and that's just one of the biggest talents in all of the sport. And I can't wait to see how your career unfolds. Still so young, as we were saying earlier. It's a real pleasure to get to see you do your thing in the cage.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. Good talking with you.
Yeah, catch up soon, mate. Cheers. All the best.
All right. Take care, guys.